Hola amigos, hoy veremos nuestro séptimo trabalenguas en español. Y este trabalenguas será bien cortito y también bien fácil. Y es un trabalenguas que es un poco absurdo, pero nos ayudará a aprender algunas cosas nuevas y a practicar algunos sonidos nuevos que debemos pronunciar. Hi everybody, this is our seventh tongue twister. This tongue twister is very short and very easy as well. And it's also absurd, right? But nevertheless, it's going to help us to learn some new things, right? And also practice some new sounds and pronunciations that will be very good if we practice. So, primero que nada les quiero explicar esta palabra, desenduraznará. Okay, first of all I want to teach you or talk about this word, desenduraznará. It comes from the word durazno. Durazno means peach, right? The peach, the fruit we eat, the peach. Durazno is the word used in Latin America for a peach. In Spain they actually use the word melocotón, okay? In Spain they would say melocotón for a peach. In Latin America we use durazno, right? So you can choose which word you want to use. This word, desenduraznará, it's actually a verb, right? And does not actually exist. So it's a verb that has been invented, right? Following the Spanish grammatical rules. It has been invented just for this tongue twister. But in Spanish we usually invent words for playing, right? And many times even for communicating. When we don't find the right words for something, we just invent a new word, right? So, desenduraznará. Since it has the ending hará, I immediately know, although this word does not exist, I immediately know that this is a verb in future tense for the third person of the singular. Because hará, I know that it is future tense, simple future, for third person, right? So, here I know it is a conjugated verb, even if this word has been invented. The root durazn, I know immediately that it is a peach, right? So this is to peach. But now, what does this prefix mean and this one here? En, I'll show you. En is when we want to take a noun and transform it into a verb. For example, the word in Spanish for a chair is silla, right? Silla, a chair. But look, if we add the prefix en before the prefix en, silla, and now the r to transform this into a verb, right? Remember that in Spanish the verbs end in ar, er, or ir. Ensillar. This is a verb that comes from the word silla, and this means to saddle, right? When we saddle a horse, we put all the equipment on the horse for it to work for it to function as a chair, right? As a seat for the rider, not chair, but as a seat, right? So you can see how using the prefix en, we can convert a noun into a verb. Let me give you another example. Of course, there is a slight modification as well. Here we add the R, right? Because all the Spanish verbs have to end in AR, ER, or IR. Another example, the word suciedad. Suciedad means dirt. It's a noun that means dirt. Now, to dirty something, right? To dirty something, it is ensuciar. ensuciar. To dirty, it's a verb. So you can see how the prefix en, and of course a proper ending for a Spanish verb, this converts a noun into a verb. Lo que pueden ver es que el prefijo en hace que tomemos un sustantivo y lo convirtamos en un verbo en español, siempre teniendo en cuenta, always taking into account, siempre teniendo en cuenta la terminación apropiada para los verbos en español, que deben necesariamente terminar en ar, er o ir. Ahora, ya hemos visto lo que significa el prefijo en. ¿Qué es el prefijo des? El prefijo des equivale al prefijo an en inglés. What I just said in Spanish is that the prefix des in Spanish is equal to the prefix an in English, right? For example, desatar. Desatar means to untie. Untie, right? Okay? If I say atar, just atar means to tie. For example, I will tie a knot. Voy a atar un nudo. I will tie my shoelace. Me voy a atar los zapatos. And desatar, to untie, I will say. Voy a desatar este nudo. I will untie this knot. Voy a desatarme los zapatos. Voy a desatarme los zapatos. I will untie my shoelace. So, the prefix des means un. So, desenduraznará, I know this means to unpeach. To unpeach, right? How? Even if it's absurd and the word does not exist, I know it means to unpeach. Okay. So, durazno means peach. Ahora que sabemos lo que significan estas palabras y cómo se ha formado esta palabra que no existe, o esta palabra absurda, vamos a leer el trabalenguas. Now that we know the meaning of these words, even of this absurd, unexistent word, let's begin to read our tongue twister. ¿Quién desenduraznará el durazno? ¿Quién desenduraznará el durazno? ¿Quién desenduraznará el durazno? ¿Quién desenduraznará el durazno? Okay? So, I guess this word can be a bit difficult to pronounce. So, just let's begin slowly. ¿Quién let's do it syllable by syllable. Vamos a pronunciarlo sílaba por sílaba. Syllable by syllable. ¿Quién desenduraznará? Actually, in Spanish we separate in syllables like this. Desen. Okay? This would be how we would separate the syllables. We would say, ¿Quién desenduraznará? ¿Quién desenduraznará? ¿Quién desenduraznará? ¿Quién desenduraznará el durazno? El durazno. ¿Ok? Así que de a poco conseguiremos pronunciar esto de una manera rápida y sin trancarnos. Little by little we'll be able to pronounce and read this fast and without getting jammed, right? So one more thing I wanted to tell you, una cosa más que les quería decir. Recuerden que en la clase pasada les hablé de lo que significaba poco a poco, o lo que es lo mismo, poquito a poquito, ¿verdad? Dijimos que poco a poco o poquito a poquito significaba little